That day of the accident, I don't remember exactly what time, it was noon, we heard a lot of firearms. Who was shooting? I don't know. It is heavy, he's saying heavy, and I don't know where the source from, where it was coming from. In the name of God, most merciful, most compassionate. He's reading from the Quran. Your Honor, I will not take long, but in my defense, I will mention to you how the fake witnesses were made against me, how I was put into jail, and I have nothing to do with the jail. I've never seen the jail, but I'll bring evidence with persons, but I would like to comment about today's talk. You read the deposition of this witness before the investigative judge. I had my name was not mentioned, and he talked and he didn't mention my name, and then when you ask him who do you complain against, he included me. So only then, why is he complaining against me? Just to mention my name. So Dawah party, when they asked him to make defendants, they were asked to include me alongside the defendants. He was asked when he came back in '86. He heard that Taha Yasir Ramadan. And then when the lawyer asked him, he said, Ahmed Hassan, he was the one who said that Taha Yasir Ramadan. Your Honor, is that allowed? Is this allowed to arbitrarily accuse? You can include that in the defense. Yesterday everybody talked. Even yesterday the witnesses, nobody mentions my name, and then the prosecutor will ask who plows the orchard. He said, one of the witnesses, I don't have an orchard. He said, and the other orchard. So then they ask, and then they say Taha Yasir Ramadan. Did he drive the Taha Yasir Ramadan drive the bulldozers? I have witnesses that I never been in the jail. Those present also can testify that I was not there. But this is fabrication. This is fabrication. This is false testimony. Starting with Waddah Sheikh, and you read he denied everything. You can include that in your defense. Thank you. Your Honor, he cannot tell me this is a false testimony. I'm sworn in. Those witnesses, imagine a witness. We hear, how come the witnesses are raising their voice before? Here we are defendants, and we have the right to talk. Do you have a question? Yes, I have a question. Go ahead. We ask that the defendants, not to interrupt the prosecutors. The court has the right to interrupt me, and that they ask permission before. Yes, he did ask permission. Your Honor, the prosecutor has the role. Yes, Your Honor. Yes.
اليوم اكو خطة جديدة.
Today there's a new plan to manage this session, and the new plan is at our expense, and we reject this plan. No, there's no plan. No, it is obvious. This one, he says as if I am his servant. You can't insult me. This gesture is not for me. It's not for me. You stay there. You're showing off. You're showing off. No, stay calm. You can't. Your Honor. Your Honor. No, I'm not exceeding my limits. I apologize. I'm not exceeding my limits. I'm just warning this because he is gesturing to me as if I'm a child. This is not allowed. I don't accept it, and I don't think you accept it either. Your Honor, this witness listed details in his testimony, starting with, as I told you yesterday, I'm not defending anybody. I'm starting from the basis, from a point that this is not an act that I was responsible for. The security forces and the party are not under my jurisdiction. I'm not responsible for them. This is not my case. When I went there, not because it was in my specialty, I told you, I told the investigative judge, Mr. Johi, when he met me, he took my deposition. When he asked me, did you go? Yes, I went. And I went, he said, right, I went to jail because I was the head of the intelligence director. I told him, no, I went there. I was responsible for the protection of the president. When this happened, it was my responsibility to see what happened. Protection of the president and the presidential guards had no concentration camps. They have no interrogators. They are protection, about 50 or less or more. When they want more, they get from the presidential guards, and they get. So I went there, and in my defense, I will explain all those details. And the first and the second day, all of those witnesses that came from the day before yesterday until today, they say that one of the party members came and took me, or from the security and took me. I'm not responsible for them. The other thing, you are an employee of the government and you understand things. What is the specialty of the security? Is general security part of the social services to keep people? No, it is a security force that's responsible for each Iraqi, and once the judge, when the court decides, then they go to the prison. So that's also for what is the relationship of intelligence and the security, so that the intelligence takes them to security and so forth. It's not part of intelligence how they are, as I explained to you yesterday. So please keep that in mind. Your Honor, another thing, if you allow me, Your Honor, there's a saying that says, if you learn about the other people's calamity, your calamity becomes easy on you. Your calamity becomes easy. I give those witnesses rights. They consider their case to be the only tragedy they have. As I told you yesterday, I sympathize with them. I say it out of conscience, not because I'm before you, but I am known for that. But I tell you about myself. I, like this person, the water, as if I am drinking the hot water. July, August, September. You are an Iraqi and you know the weather in Iraq. In our houses, if the water reservoir is on top, you can't have a bath. The temperature is always hot. There's no house or government facility that would turn on the heater that day. So that's Your Honor, please be patient with me. What's the question? No, what this? Let me explain to you, because this is really relevant. Because they told us, they said that we kept them in rooms with no air condition. Is there anybody who's more rich than America? For a year we had no air conditioning, no heating for a whole year. They gave us yellow suit.